So this is a technical video which shows you how to use the blend shape tool in Maya. And we assume that, or I assume that you've already watched the theory video on blend shapes, and in the next video, in the tutorial video, I'll show you how to animate with blend shapes. But for now, I'm going to show you how to use the tool. And what we're going to do is start by creating a cube. So I'm going to go create polygon primitives cube options box, edit, reset settings, and then I'm going to change these divisions to 3, and I'm going to go to create. And there we go, there we've got a cube, and I'm just going to move that to the top of the grid so it's sitting on the grid. And that is our base shape. So I'm going to go into window outliner, and I'm going to call that, instead of pcube1, I'm going to name that base shape, because remember we always name everything in Maya. Minimize that, and now let's do something with it. So the next thing to do is to go Control D on my keyboard and create another cube. And I'm going to call this, I'm going to go back into the outliner, target shape 1. Target shape 1. Enter. So that's our first target shape that we're creating. Oh, wait a minute, have I done this wrong? Ah, yes, I have. Okay, let's hit Z there. I'm going to leave this in the video to show how easy it is to make mistakes. So that's pcube1. So let's call that base shape. Then Control D, base shape 1. Let's move that out of the way, and we'll call that target shape. So here, if I keep it in view here, I'm less likely to make mistakes. Remember that animating in Maya is all about making mistakes and then fixing them. Okay, so now we're going to change the geometry of this cube. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to Vertex Mode, and now we can start messing around with the geometry of this cube. So one thing we could do is we could go select all the vertices and maybe, whoops, scale it in a bit and then up a bit, so it turns into a kind of a sort of tall cylinder. We want to maintain the basic volume, more or less, of the original cube. Okay, so now we've got a shape. I'm going to go back to object mode. Great, back in object mode, and now we've got our first target shape. So now we're going to shift select, holding down the shift key with my left hand, shift select the base shape, and now, making sure I'm in the animation menu, I'm going to go to create deformers, blend shape, options box, edit reset settings, just to make sure I haven't messed with anything by mistake last time I opened Maya, and then hit create. And you will see down here in the channel box we've got this shape, blend shape 1, under inputs. And if I go to target shape here, and now middle mouse drag, that is moving my, well, I'm on a Wacom pen, but middle mouse dragging over target shape 1, you'll see that we can blend from 0 to 1. So now let's go back to our base shape, select that again, and go Control D again, and move the new shape out of the way. And we can call this, let's go back into the outliner, we'll call that target shape. Oh, that last one should have been target shape 1. So this should be target shape 2. Okay, so target shape 2, and now we're going to turn this into a shape. So let's try turning this into, we can sort of do the opposite here. If I right click on vertex and select all those vertices, whoops, we could go to, and if I go to the scale tool, we can do something like that. then go back to not vertex object mode. There we go. And now if I hit move, we can move that around. Okay, so now we've created a new target shape. And your shapes can be anything. They don't have to be these. It depends really what effect you're trying to create. So now with our new target shape selected, holding down the Shift key, select the base shape, and now, not to create deformers this time, but under Edit Deformers, let's find the blend shape, and let's click on Add to, and then open up the options box. Again, go to Edit Reset Settings just to make sure nothing funny happened the last time Maya was opened up, and then go Apply and Close. And now, under Inputs, under Blend Shape, we should see two target shapes there in that menu. So if I click on the second target shape, we should be able to blend between the base cube and the new target shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the base cube down here in the main window, and I'm just going to move these guys out of the way because they're only our target shapes. We don't need them in the screen. And I'm just going to create one more. So select the base cube, Control D. Let's move that out of the way here. And let's go to Vertex Mode. And let's select some keyframes here. I'm going to double click on this and I'm going to go into Soft Select Mode. And then start messing around with some stuff here. Let's see, what shall I do? Let's turn off soft select. Okay, so just trying some different shapes. Okay, now once again go back to object mode, right click object mode. So let's shift that. Then let's make sure we're in the select tool. We'll just close that out. So select the new target shape, which actually we need to name, back into the outliner, window outliner, base shape 1, it's named itself automatically, so let's call it target shape 3. And now shift select the base shape, go back to Edit Deformers, where were we? Edit Deformers, Blend Shape, Add. And that should create, if we go back down to blend shape under inputs, we should have target shape 3. Good. So if I middle mouse drag over that, you'll see that we blend between those three shapes. So there we go, we've got a blend shape, we've got a base shape, and we've got 3 target shapes. And in order to see the slider that controls them, you can of course control it in the channel box, or you can go to Window, where is it? Animation Editors, Blend Shape, and there it is. Just make that a little bit bigger, and this will give us the 3 shapes on a slider here. So we can keyframe on this slider anything or any of the changes that we want to make to this base shape. So that is how to create blend shapes. In the next video, the tutorial video, we'll explain how to animate with them.